Hello everyone and welcome back to another video and another channel update. This is sort of review the plans I've got for F1 2021 because things have changed. The schedule is going to have a slight change because I've got to go back to the office as well, so at least one video a week won't be out at the 7 PM schedule, so it will be later in the video, but it should only be 1 or 2 videos a week at the maximum at this moment in time. If I have to go back to the office every day of the week, then we might have to have a rethink about the schedule, but until then the current schedule will be the same, should be the same most of the time, 4 videos a week. And when I'm not in the office, 7 PM uploads, and when I have to be in the office, there will be a slight delay, although I don't think it'll be like the 10 o'clock upload schedule that we had before COVID, so it'd be more like 8 o'clock, maybe 8:30, depending on rendering and length of the video. But anyway, there's also that's not the only thing that I need to update you on, because of course some things have changed. We'll start with Breaking Point. You may have noticed that that has abruptly come to an end. The reason for that is that the views were just not getting any views, and to be honest, I'd actually already seen Breaking Point, so it wasn't really, exciting for me to see how it was going to do. So I just got bored of it basically, and doing it on a stream where I don't have the idea was to also improve my Twitch streams as well, to get a bigger following on there, and it hasn't happened. I've been stuck on 7 followers for about 3 months now, so yes, Twitch streams will be coming back at some point, but not just yet. I'm slightly waiting for September to come around, because once September comes around, then I will start the F1 2021 game ideas. So yes, there will be a couple of game experiments I will be streaming though on Twitch. So twitch.tv/Phoenix84621 as well. Yeah, again, I would love to grow a community as well, and if you've got any questions as well, that's apart from Twitter, that's the best way to get in touch as well and ask me a question or something. I haven't yet quite decided how other videos are going to be on there, but I've got a couple of game experiments, not every game experiment, because obviously some of the game experiments that involve like changing the game coding as well, it's just no point, because I need to make sure that the game works, and if I stream it, then there's obviously that hollow period in the game. But then there's also stuff like that's within it doesn't involve any change in the game. It's just to see, okay, because obviously we've got the sliders in this year's game, so we'll see how. There's interesting to see. One of the ones I do want to do before anybody nabs it is to see if in driver career mode, if the team controls your R&D, the R&D development, how quickly can they upgrade? So that would be something to do. We'll probably do that in the Williams as well, because we'll get a nice comparison of how, well, it'll be a nice comparison for me to see how I've done it compared to how the AI does it compared to that. But again, that will probably be a longer stream. That might be a multi-part stream that as well, because depending on how long I think it needs to be, because obviously I might not have enough time to go all the way to the top. So that's definitely one game experiment. Also, as I said, 500 subscribers special is going to be a game experiment. It's going to be one of the most popular game experiments that's been on the channel, a V6 versus V8 versus V10 versus V12 mod game experiment. Obviously the engines will be from previous year's games because there are no classic cars in F1 2021, but of course it's just a matter of fact of just altering the coding. Now, if there's any liveries as well that you want me to create for that episode, then this is your time to let me know in the comments below. If there's any favourite liveries that you've enjoyed on my channel over the years through mods, then let me know in the comments below, and I'll try and recreate some of them for F1 2021. So yes, let me know in the comments below, and I'll basically add them to this. Otherwise the purpose of that video is solely for that game experiment. But as it's a 500 subscriber special, if there are any requests for liveries for that game, bear in mind it has to be simple liveries, because I'm not going to have a lot of time. Because speaking of modding, my team, the votes closed already on my team, so there was a winner. Yeah, I was not expecting that winner. I don't think people have thought this through quite, so you're going to be I think people are going to be a little bit disappointed with the teammate choice, but at the same time, that's what you voted. It was a tight vote, to be honest, very close. It was one vote in it in the end, but there we go. You can still vote for the World Cup. Speaking of the World Cup, you guys are giving me an issue, because three of the countries, I'll put the later results, these are the later results at the time of recording, are on screen now, and you can see here Finland and Mexico are pretty much guaranteed to go through at the moment, because I think they've got 6 votes each as well. But then it's New Zealand, Canada and Denmark are all tied on 3 votes each, which is a problem. Japan have 2, by the way, and the others that are visual on screen have 1. But yes, you can vote. One thing I didn't mention in the original video, you can vote multiple times. So if you have not yet voted, then please do, because otherwise I'm going to have to toss a coin between Denmark, Japan, not Denmark, Japan. It's Denmark, New Zealand, excuse me, and Canada. One of those 3. Well, as I say, the top 3 at the results, because of course it could all change. There's only been 26 responses, so it could all change, and this could actually be changed. But this is your time to change it, should you wish to, as well. But yes, obviously I mentioned my team. I think this is going to have to be the last season of my team, because I've tried to replicate season 1, and it's a lot harder than I thought it would be. It's also taking a lot longer to replicate the results from season 1 on F1 2020 onto F1 2021. So we're sort of a similar position from season to season. I guess that obviously the idea they've put it in as a multiplayer, multi-season career mode, and I'm only doing 1 season per game. So I don't know, unless that series does unbelievably well, and I mean every video is doing better than Driver Career Mode, because Driver Career Mode is doing, well, it's doing bits at the moment. It's up there. The opening video has 1,500 views already, so a huge thank you to everyone that has watched that video and has also subscribed through that series as well and commented in that series as well. I do try and get around to comments. I think there's a slight glitch on YouTube where some of the comments don't show up for me for some reason. I don't know why that is. That's just YouTube being YouTube these days. But yes, I know that Driver Career Mode is popular for some of you guys, especially the fact that there isn't a huge amount of YouTubers doing it. But yes, I'm pleasantly surprised to see that it's actually done that well after it was such a slow start in July to the channel. August is actually doing very well for the channel. Might have to have a rethink about launch next year to see, okay, why has August done so well? Is there some videos that we can bring forwards from August to earlier in the game cycle? Otherwise we're going to be stuck there. But yes, obviously Project Phoenix is the main show obviously to think about as well. So the thing is, as soon as that series has to wait for my team to be finished. So I want, obviously and then obviously the World Cup won't be out until after that. So there's a domino effect from my team, this slight delay from my team throughout the game cycle, which is which is potentially the other reason why I potentially want to eliminate that as well. We'll see. One of the questions that was in the original plans video was, would the World Cup be a permanent fixture every year? That would depend on how well that series does as well. So if that series does well, then I'll make it an annual series and it can be a replacement for the F1 Emod. I'm thinking 25% races, because I'm not entirely convinced of 50% races, and also at that moment in time there'll probably be other videos on the channel, like F1 other mods as well, probably going around on the channel. And also I don't know what's going to be happening next year. As I said earlier, going back to the office and whatnot could have an effect on the limiting time even further than what it is now. So yes, that's pretty much it for this channel update. I will be back on Twitch very soon, but not this week, because I've got to go and do my team. After I've edited this video, I've got to go and try and get through as much as My Team Season 1. And then I've got to edit the livery. I forgot to mention about the livery. It's not going to be that great, I must say, because my computer is having it's a few issues. You might be saying you should get a 3D model. I've tried a 3D model for this year. I thought, okay, well, I'm going to try and create my own design. It's probably not going to be as good as other YouTubers, because my Photoshop skills are limited. I'm not somebody who grew up on Photoshop or knows really how to use Photoshop. As well, it's not something that I use as part of my day job. So but the big issue is my computer, it keeps running out of RAM and memory every time, and you can't save when it runs out there, so it's really annoying when that happens. So yes, so I don't know whether at some point my computer will already be replaced. I'm also on the lookout for a new console as well, because obviously we've got the new consoles. I have an Xbox One which does occasionally do some videos. Obviously I do F1 on PC, which is the vast majority of videos, so there's very minimal videos on YouTube, but I do actually play my Xbox quite a lot for stuff like FIFA and whatnot. So I'm listening out for stuff that maybe a pre-built computer, because A, I don't have the time, and B, if I tried to build any computer myself, it wouldn't work. And also I'm looking for suggestions on a new console as well. Again, you won't see this straight away, because the graphics card is the only thing that is actually very good still in my computer. You might notice that I'm running it's either what's the ultra or whatever it is. It's the ultra high or high, I think it is, for the F1 game. Which I was surprised that it's actually running that as default on my game. Obviously, there's a new engine coming in next year, so we'll probably be taking a knock back as well. So that's also something to think about as well. But yes, I appreciate your suggestions in the comments below, as well as any more other questions. But if you have then enjoyed, then leave a like, subscribe if you are new to the channel, please, to try and get to 500 subscribers as well. So yes, I really appreciate it. Thank you for all your support. Until the next video then, I'll see you next time. Take care, enjoy your day, and goodbye.